Spam musubi, what is it? It's a beautifully fried piece of spam, glazed in teriyaki sauce, and then laid on a block of rice, and then wrapped in seaweed. The result? It's a delicious snack that you'll be addicted to. Let me show you how to make it.
Alrighty, I forgot to record myself talking about cooking rice, so I'm just going to do a little voiceover for this portion. The first thing I'm going to do is dump in 3 cups of rice, and I'm going to go ahead and rinse it out. I rinse it exactly 3 times. Why? I'm not sure. That's how I learned it, and that's how I'm going to keep doing it. But if you know why, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to show you a method of how I measure the water for the rice. It starts by using my finger. And you see that first line up my finger, that one right there? That's what I'm going to use to measure the water in the rice. So I'll start out by pouring water into my rice, and I'm going to pour into what I think is enough. And the way I'm going to measure is take the tip of my finger and put it right on top of that rice. And I'm going to see how far up my finger it goes, like that. And as you can see, it only goes about halfway. So I'm going to pour in a little bit more water because I want it to go up 3/4 the way of my finger. And as you can see, not quite there. So a little more. Let's go a little bit more. And I measure again, and perfect. Now I'm going to throw the rice pot into the cooker and let it cook. Now, time to get back to the usual programming.
While our rice is cooking, let's get started on our spam. I'm using a 12-ounce can of spam. That's the full-size can, and I'm going to go ahead and dump that out and cut it up. If you cut it on the thicker side, you're going to average about 6 pieces. If you cut it on the thinner side, you're going to average about 8 pieces. Today, I was able to cut it into 7 pieces, as you can see here. Okay, I'm going to go put my spam aside, and then I'm going to get my sauce mixed together so that we can start frying up the spam. So for the soy glaze, it's going to be a really easy recipe. It's just 1 tablespoon of mirin to every 1 cup of soy sauce and 1 cup of sugar. And that's exactly what I'm going to be using. So to a bowl, I'm going to add in my cup of sugar, and then I'm going to add in a cup of soy sauce, and then my 1 tablespoon of mirin. Yeah, I know that you see the bowl and you're thinking, isn't that bowl too small? And to that I say, yes it is. Anyways, so we'll mix the sauce through. The sugar doesn't have to be dissolved all the way through, because we're going to be cooking that in the pan anyways. And then we'll put that aside and start cooking our spam. I've heated my saucepan to a medium heat, and then once that's hot, I'm going to put in a drizzle of oil just to get the spam started. But I don't want to put too much oil because the spam already has a lot of fat in it itself. Once everything is heated up, I'm going to throw in my spam, and I'm going to fry it for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Get it nice and golden brown, or darker if you want it a little crispier. Once you have your spam nicely browned on one side like this, you're going to go ahead and flip your spam over and cook it for another 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Once your spam is finished cooking, we're going to take the spam out and then clean out the pan with a paper towel to take out all that fat so that we can go ahead and dump in our sauce. So let's dump in our sugar and soy sauce mixture. We want to cook it down until it's nice and dissolved and then it's nice and thickened. You could tell it's thick enough when you take your spatula or your spoon and you drag it across the pan, and it kind of leaves a small trail right behind it. And when your sauce does that, that's when you want to start adding in your spam again and cook it in the sauce for 2 minutes just to get it nice and glazed, and flip it every once in a while to get it all coated. So when your spam is nicely glazed, go ahead and take it out of the pan and reserve that sauce for later uses like stir fries or dipping sauces, or to glaze something else. That sauce is very flavorful, so you don't want to throw it away. But now that we have everything done, let's go ahead and assemble our spam musubi. So before we can even start assembling, we need to cut down our seaweed. As you can see, my seaweed here is bigger than the piece of spam itself. So what I do is I actually trim about 1/2 inch off the top of the seaweed, and then take this whole sheet and cut it in half. That way it's slightly smaller than the spam, because I like it when the spam pokes through the musubi. Now I'm going to grab my can and line it with plastic wrap. what the plastic wrap will do is help everything come out more easily so that it doesn't stick to the can. So I'm going to take a piece of the Spam, put it into the can, and weigh down the plastic wrap. And then I'm going to grab a clump of rice and put that in as well. Now it's very important that you pack down the rice so that it can kind of stick together into one block. Because if you don't do that, and when you go to wrap it with seaweed, it's just all going to fall apart in your hands, and we don't want that mess. Once your rice is packed in, we're going to go ahead and pull everything out using the saran wrap. And then we're going to open that up, and then we're going to take a piece of seaweed and put it on top of the rice, kind of center it in the middle. And then take the whole thing, flip it onto the seaweed, and peel off the saran wrap. And then we're just going to take the two sides and fold it in, and then using a little bit of the rice, stick it to one of the sides, and then put the seaweed on so that it kind of glue it together so it won't fall apart. So for the next one, I'm going to make a spam and egg musubi. It follows the same process. You know, you're going to put the saran wrap in, put the spam in, but this time I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of mayo on the spam, and then throw in a piece of scrambled egg that I cooked earlier into that. And then again, just like the other ones, throw the rice in, take it out and wrap it up. And lastly, probably one of my favorite flavors, I'm going to use pork sung in this one as well. So I'm going to, again, repeat the same steps, put the saran wrap in, put the spam in, but this time I also put the mayo in, but this time instead of the egg, I'm going to put pork sung, as you can see here. And then I'm going to, put everything in, take the rice again, compact it in, and then pull everything out, wrap it up in seaweed. Follow the same steps as the other ones. Alright, so this is just 3 of the 7 I made. I'm going to continue making it, and once I'm done, we're going to have our taste test. Alright, this is the result. Look at them. Alright, so I already actually have one cut in half, just to show you. This is the cross section. We're going to try just the original version. Alright. Cheers. Oh, it's really good. I mean, the flavors on this are so good. You know, it's the traditional combo that everybody likes, the sweet and the salty, and then, a little bit of the fattiness from the spam, and on top of rice wrapped with seaweed. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. So try this recipe and let me know how it goes in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit the like button below, and if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. And for my previous video, click over there, and to subscribe to the channel, click over here. And I'm going to go finish this. See you in the next one. Bye.